Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices, and starting with the DAX on the daily chart here. So we're looking at, let's just start from this wave 3 here, because we've got two counts. One of them is that we have an A, B and C here for wave 4. The other count that we have here is that wave 4 is actually here, and the difference that makes is that if that's wave 4 here, then this would be wave 1 and 2, nice strong third wave, fourth wave and fifth wave here. So I can even count 5 waves down to this point here. So if I go to the 2-hour chart here, where we're looking at that particular count here before, from wave 4 here we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then I can actually count 5 waves down from here, 1 and 2 and 3, and wave 4 here, and then wave 5 here. So it's possible that we've actually got a low in place here, right? I mean, that wouldn't be in line with the US markets and so on. But anyway, I need to point it out. So it's probably a good idea to take part profit here. We'll look at that on the hourly chart in a moment. The other scenario is that if we have wave 4 here, with this wave 3 here, an A and a B and a C here, then we need to look at this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here. And if this is 5 waves down here, well then the 50-60% retracement level will be at 10.8 here, so we can get a rally off this point here. I can say that if this is the 500 area here level, so we know 5 is the second strongest number, so we'd just expect a bounce there. So it's a good place to take part profit here at this space. If this market cascades down and the 500 becomes the retested resistance, then we need to be on the short side. So if the 500 becomes the resistance, so we need to look at that being on the short side there. So with all of this, we've got a few short trades in. So taking part profit, well, the market's already bounced here since I've been doing the videos, but if you know your levels and so on, then that's a good place to take part profit. As I mentioned, if this becomes the retested resistance for whatever reason, then fine. The other count that I can squeeze in down here is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 1, A, B, C for 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 to here, 4 to here, and 5 to here. In that case, we would only come back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, or the 10,650 area, and then move down from that point there. So that's also on the cards as well. And sorry for not actually having this figured out. It's just that the European markets are as messy as their politics at the moment, so it makes it a little bit tricky. But obviously the trend is down, and there's, you know, calling a low in here is dangerous, tricky business. But even so, we can just expect that support to come in at that area there. So moving over to the FTSE, which will be much the same. They're all much the same, so I don't really have a clear pathway on a lot of them. So on this, on the 100 here, on the daily chart here, we could count this down as the A wave, the B wave, and coming down for the C wave here in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. There's the same problem here as well. Do we put wave 4 here, or do we put it here? If we put it here, then we've got 1 and 2, nice strong third wave, fourth wave and fifth wave. So we can be getting quite close to a low here as well. So just having a look at that on the 4-hour chart, 2-hour chart here, wave 4 here, wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and counting 5 waves down into this space here, which would be done because we'd have wave 1 here, wave 2, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, the fourth wave and the fifth wave on this low. So we can actually have a low here in this market for this. But I don't really have a lot of evidence. The move up through here does look impulsive, so as long as this low stays in place, we can expect a rally anyway in line with the DAX. So on the 4-hour chart here, the other way to look at this is that if we have wave 3 here, then an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave for wave 4. Then we need to look at this as wave 1 here and wave 2. Now, obviously, we've got 5 waves here, so this would be too short for wave 3. That just wouldn't make any sense. So the way that this would need to be labelled would be wave 1 here and pulling back for wave 2 here, and then looking to move lower into wave 3 here. So we could look at this while we've got it here as from this space here to here, roughly. So you can see that the resistance is at the minor level 8 here, so that's the 50-60% retracement level. So we could see, while the DAX is bouncing there, we could see this retest here and then come down for wave 3. So we don't really, unless we could call a low in here if we get 6-8 as a support, then that would make sense, right? And if that was the case, let's just draw this scenario out. If the market came up here, then it's going to react from here, and then it's going to have strength and it pushes up, and then it would fold back here. That's the normal process. You can get a variation on this, and then that would be the long trade over here. So until that occurs, we can't really go anywhere at this stage. And obviously we're moving into Christmas as well. So, and the other point too is that it's a solstice today, so all the GAN people would be, looking to be buying on that day. So that might bring a bit of short-term volume into the markets as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. But for me, I would need support on this number here to be on the long side of this market, or change directions at least. Yes, I was toying around with the FTSE while I've got it here, just on the trading levels charting program, looking at this possible count here for the FTSE in terms of wave 1 here, wave 2, wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So the 38.2% retracement level comes in around this area through here. So it's possible that we've got wave 4 would be really simple in this particular case, but everything's been quite simple and sharp. So let's just see. I know that we could count this as a top in place as well, but just in variation in line with the DAX and so on here. So France as well, it's the same thing for France as well here. So if we looked at France like this here on the daily chart with this top in play here, so wave 3 over here, an A wave here, a B wave here, and then a C wave down for 1, cross for 2 as an A and a B and a C, quite complicated. That would make wave 4 being simple in Elliott terms, nice strong third wave. If the fourth wave is here, then we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. If it's sitting over here, if it's over on this side, then we still got more of a bear market coming down, because this would be 1 and 2 here and then 1 here. Same thing, coming back and retesting 3 and 4 and 5, moving down. So a much deeper market here. So if the 4,800 became the support here, then we'd go long at that point there. So I'm just going to leave this as the video today. We need to gather more information over next week, and normally I take Christmas off for the videos at least. All the charts on the website will be flowing through, and the same with the FX. It will all be as normal, but I normally take time off for the videos over Christmas. But I think I might just keep an eye on them, so I'll be putting a few videos out here and there. We don't want to sort of miss a market cascading down like this. I mean, if we were stuck in a big sideways correction, well, then I'll take some time off, but perhaps I'll take some time off early or mid-year or something when it's not that necessary. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.